Hello and welcome to this ALINT-PRO tutorial. My name is Brandon, and today I'll be showing you the RTL Schematic Viewer as well as cross-probing within ALINT-PRO. Now, the RTL Schematic Viewer is simply a graphical view of your design netlist that gets generated for the elaboration top-level units of your synthesized project. And depending on how you access it, it can provide different information. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We can open the RTL Schematic window by going to View, Netlist Window, RTL Schematic. And from here, we can see our entire design in a graphical form. As we open the whole project in this view, we are currently in full mode, meaning this mode represents all top-level unit elements, aka your instances and primitives, along with all of their connections. Each instance here can be expanded to show the underlying logic within. Now there's also another mode, and that's Incremental Mode, which shows only a relevant part of the design netlist. To filter a specific part of your design, simply right-click on the relevant part or parts of your design and select Filter Selected. From here, we can start to load parts of our design incrementally. For example, loading the selected instance of the unit, we can show the underlying logic. I can also load other parts of the design from the connections themselves. When loading these connections, we are provided with those units that are logically connected. Overall, this mode makes it extremely easy to go through your design piece by piece. And of course, to exit incremental mode, we can simply hit the Reset Active Filter button here. Now, those are pretty much the basics of full mode and incremental mode. Let's now get into cross-probing. We can access other parts of our project from the RTL Schematic Viewer and vice versa. For example, right-clicking on a unit here and selecting Show Entity or Module, we will be taken to where this module gets declared. And from the HDL editor here, we can go back to the RTL view, simply by right-clicking on a module and selecting Show an RTL Schematic. This will automatically focus on and highlight whichever unit you cross-probed from the HDL editor. Of course, this same cross-probing can be done with inputs, outputs, and those logical connections between units, simply by right-clicking and selecting Show Source. We can also cross-probe from pretty much any other viewer that provides access to design units and signals. Right-clicking on any of these locations, whether it be from the Library Viewer, Elaboration Viewer, or Clocks and Resets Viewer, we can see the option to show these relevant parts of the design in the RTL Viewer. In both full mode, should you select Show, or incremental mode, should you select Filter. When we do cross-probe, you may have noticed that the unit or signal in question gets highlighted a different color, and this is a result of the tool's highlighting options. Right-clicking on a part of your design provides the option of highlighting that particular part, and coupled with a gray mode here, we can set up the schematic to emphasize important parts that can be documented for a report, for example. There is even an option to take a screen cap of the schematic as is by selecting this button here. And should you wish to save your highlighted design, you can also export the current configuration to a tickle script that can be ran later to re-highlight everything again. Of course, all of these colors can be customized in addition to the schematic's default unit and connection colors within the global preferences. And to wrap up cross-probing, let's go ahead and see how it's done with the Violation Viewer. Cross-probing only works for those violations that have this cyan color here. But for those that are colored like that, we can go ahead and do the same right-click and show an RTL schematic action that we've been doing. Cross-probing from here will highlight everything related to that particular violation. And of course, we can still filter to get a simpler view. Finally, to wrap up this video, we'll quickly go over the search capabilities of the RTL Viewer. We can search for cells, nets, pins, and ports by selecting the relevant option here and providing the name of the object in question within the search box here. With our current naming scheme, for example, I can go ahead and search for all of those cells starting with the letter I to either show them within the viewer or to filter them. There are also other options available to help refine your search, such as adding regular expressions, changing the case sensitivity, or adding a hierarchical filter, meaning you can search locally or throughout the entire hierarchy. Whatever results you do get, you also have those same highlighting options as before to help emphasize and show whatever aspect of the design you'd like. And that'll be it for this guide on the RTL Schematic Viewer as well as cross-probing within ALINT-PRO. Be sure to check it out, and of course, thanks for watching.